Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Sometimes the smallest coins can hide the biggest surprises. Take the 2004 South Africa 20 cent and the 1994 South Africa 5 rand. At first glance, they look like ordinary pocket change. But here's the truth. Rare errors, pristine grades, and historic significance have pushed coins like these to fetch thousands of dollars in the collector's market. And in the world of numismatics, such treasures have even climbed into the million-dollar spotlight. Today, we're diving deep into the history, design, and hidden value of these two fascinating coins, and trust me, their story is worth far more than face value. Top 1. Today, we're diving into a coin that, at first glance, might look like just another piece of pocket change. But appearances can be deceiving. Some rare variations of the 2004 South Africa 20-cent coin have been known to fetch thousands of dollars in the numismatic market. That's right. While most of these coins are worth only a fraction of a dollar in circulation, special conditions, rare errors, and pristine grades can send their value soaring into the thousands. But don't worry. In this video, we're going to uncover the real truth about this coin, its history, its beautiful design, its symbolism, and most importantly, how and why certain versions can reach such incredible values among collectors. So grab a seat, because we're about to unfold the fascinating story of the 2004 South Africa 20-cent coin, a story that blends history, culture, art, and hidden treasures in the world of numismatics. To understand the 2004 South African 20-cent coin, we first need to step back and look at the history of South Africa's coinage. South Africa introduced the rand as its official currency in 1961, replacing the South African pound. The rand was divided into 100 cents, and with it came a new decimal coinage system. Over the decades, South Africa issued coins of 1 cent, 2 cent, 5 cent, 10 cent, 20 cent, 50 cents, 1 rand, 2 rand, and higher denominations. The 20-cent coin holds a special place. It sits in the middle of the currency system and often showcases the national flower of South Africa, the King Protea, a design element that has become iconic across the nation's currency. By 2004, South Africa had been a democratic nation for a decade, following the end of apartheid in 1994. This was a period of transformation where symbols of unity, culture, and pride were reflected in its national emblems, including its coins. Let's start with the obverse side, the front of the coin. The most striking feature here is the South African coat of arms, which was officially adopted in the year 2000, just 4 years before this coin was minted. This was not just a random symbol. It was carefully designed to represent the values of a new South Africa: unity, democracy, and cultural heritage. At the top, you see a rising sun, symbolizing a new beginning and the promise of progress. Below it is the secretary bird, a majestic bird with outstretched wings, holding a spear, and a knobkerrie, representing defense, protection, and peace. The shield in the center is inspired by Khoisan rock art, depicting human figures in an embrace, symbolizing unity among people. The motto at the bottom, written in the Khoisan language of Zam, reads, exclamation Ki vertical bar Zara vertical bar ke, which means diverse people unite. Around the edge of the coin, you'll notice the word Africa Borwa, which means South Africa, in the Sesotho language. This reflects the nation's multilingual heritage, where each year coins may carry the name South Africa in different official languages. And of course, at the top, the date 2004, marking the year of minting. Turning to the reverse side, you'll immediately see the bold 20 cents denomination. But what really catches the eye is the magnificent depiction of the King Protea flower. The Protea is South Africa's national flower, and a symbol of diversity, beauty, and resilience. Known for its large, striking blossom, the King Protea represents the richness of South Africa's natural environment and the unity of its people. The design is elegant, with fine detailing in the petals and leaves, showcasing the artistry of the engraver. To the right, you'll notice the initials CLS, referring to the coin's designer, Claude de Sousa, who contributed to several South African coin designs. For coin collectors, the details matter. Let's break down the technical specifications of the 2004 South Africa 20-cent coin. Composition: bronze-plated steel. Weight: approximately 3.5 grams. Diameter: 21 millimeters. Shape: 12-sided, dodecagonal, which helps distinguish it from other coins by touch edge, plain. This combination of practical design and symbolic artistry made the 20-cent coin a favorite for daily circulation, but also an object of study for numismatists. Now comes the exciting part: the coin's value. For most 2004 South African 20-cent coins in circulated condition, the value is very modest, just face value, around 20 cents in South African rand, or a few cents in US dollars. But here's where it gets interesting. Certain rare variations, minting errors, and uncirculated high-grade coins can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some examples include minting errors, off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, or die cracks can dramatically increase value. Proof coins, special proof sets minted for collectors with mirror-like finishes, can sell for premium prices. The coin's weight is about 5 grams, and it measures 21 millimeters across. Its 12-sided shape isn't just for looks, it also makes the coin easily distinguishable by touch, which is especially helpful for visually impaired users. By 2008, South Africa's coinage had been fully updated to reflect the post-2000 coat of arms, unifying the designs across all denominations. Every detail of this coin speaks to South Africa's identity. The Protea on the reverse is not just a flower, it's the emblem of resilience, thriving in conditions where other plants would wither. The coat of arms on the obverse is a compact story of heritage, unity, and protection. It brings together ancient rock art, agricultural symbols, and modern ideals, blending them into a single emblem recognized nationwide. Even the 12-sided shape has meaning. It's unusual, making the coin stand out, just like the diversity of the nation itself. The King Protea appears not just on coins, but also on the South African cricket team's emblem. The 12-sided coin shape is shared with the UK's old 3-pence coin and the modern £1 coin, though their sizes differ. The 2008 issue year marked 8 years since the adoption of the new coat of arms, meaning by this time it was fully embraced in South Africa's national symbols. Bronze-plated steel coins can develop a unique patina over time, giving older coins a deeper, richer tone. While the 2008 20-cent coin is not considered extremely rare, collectors often seek coins in mint condition, uncirculated, with sharp edges and a flawless shine. What makes these coins desirable is not just scarcity, but the combination of design beauty, cultural significance, and historical context. For someone building a South African coin collection, a 2008 piece is an essential part of telling the full story of the country's modern currency. If you own a 2008 South African 20-cent coin and want to keep it in top condition, 1. Avoid touching the surface. Oils from your skin can cause tarnishing. 2. Store in a dry, cool environment away from moisture. 3. Use acid-free coin holders or capsules. 4. Never use abrasive cleaners. They can scratch and damage the surface. Some coins are just money. Others, like this one, are art, history, and identity pressed into metal. The 2008 South African 20-cent coin is a perfect example of how even the smallest denomination can carry the biggest stories. It reminds us that value is not just in what a coin can buy, but in what it represents. And that's the story of the 2008 South African 20-cent coin, a small but powerful piece of South Africa's heritage. If you enjoyed this journey, imagine how many more stories are waiting to be told in the coins you see every day. This is Coin Explorer, where every coin has a story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss a chance to discover the hidden history in your pocket. Until next time, keep exploring. Thanks for watching. Top 2. We're exploring a fascinating coin that carries not only historical weight, but also surprising value in the collector's market, the 1994 South African 5 Rand coin. Now here's the part that will grab your attention. In pristine condition and depending on rarity, this coin has been known to fetch thousands of dollars among collectors. Yes, that's right. What was once just everyday money in South Africa could now be a small fortune in your collection. But don't worry, we're not here to mislead you. Not every coin will reach those sky-high prices. The true value depends on condition, demand, and rarity. What we are going to do is break down the full history, significance, design, and collector's appeal of this incredible coin. So, buckle up as we take a journey through history, culture, and value with the 1994 5 Rand coin. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to rewind the clock to 1994, one of the most important years in South African history. 1994 marked the official end of apartheid, a period of racial segregation and oppression that had lasted for decades. It was also the year that Nelson Mandela became the country's first democratically elected president. South Africa was transitioning into a new era, one defined by unity, democracy, and hope. Coins minted during this time were not just pieces of currency, they were symbols of change, reminders of a nation's rebirth, and physical tokens of history being made. The 5 Rand coin, in particular, was one of the most significant denominations in South Africa. Introduced in the 1980s, it was the highest value coin in circulation, replacing banknotes of the same denomination. By 1994, the coin had already become a familiar piece of everyday life, but this year's issue carried an extra historical significance because of its timing. Let's take a closer look at the design of the 1994 5 Rand coin. The obverse features the South African coat of arms, an elaborate design filled with meaning. At the top sits a rising lion, symbolizing strength and power. Surrounding the shield are supporters, a wildebeest and a gemsbok, representing the wildlife and natural beauty of South Africa. At the bottom is a banner with the Latin motto Ex Unitate Vires, which translates to Unity is Strength. How fitting for a nation just stepping into a new era of unity after decades of division. You'll also notice the inscriptions South Africa and Suid-Afrika, written in English and Afrikaans, the two dominant languages at the time. This dual language inscription is itself symbolic of the country's multicultural identity. And of course, the year 1994 sits boldly at the bottom. On the reverse side, you'll find one of the most iconic images in South African coinage, the black wildebeest, also known as the GNU. The animal is captured mid-stride, in motion, almost leaping off the surface of the coin. This design symbolizes progress, energy, and forward movement, another fitting metaphor for South Africa's journey at the time. Above the wildebeest is the denomination inscription 5 Rand, clear and strong. This design element has become so iconic that even today, the wildebeest remains associated with South Africa's 5 Rand coin. Collectors love details, so let's break this down further. Year of issue, 1994 country, South Africa. Denomination, 5 Rand metal composition, nickel-plated copperweight, around 12 grams, diameter, approximately 26 millimeters edge, reeded, grooved. At first glance, these details may not seem extraordinary, but for coin collectors, every number matters. The weight and diameter confirm authenticity, the edge design helps prevent counterfeiting, and the metallic composition ensures durability. Now, the big question, why does this coin sometimes sell for thousands of dollars? The answer lies in a few key factors. 1. Condition. Grade. A coin's value skyrockets if it's in mint state condition, meaning it looks as though it just came out of the mint. No scratches, no wear, and full details intact. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can sell for significantly more. Second, historical context. Because 1994 was such an important year for South Africa, Coins minted in this period carry historical weight. Collectors often prize coins tied to pivotal national events. Third, collector demand. There's a strong community of South African collectors and international numismatists who look for coins like this. High demand plus limited supply equals higher value. 4. Errors and varieties. If a 1994 5 Rand coin happens to have a minting error, such as misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or double strikes, its value can jump dramatically. Error coins are considered rare treasures in the numismatic world. So, while an average circulated 1994 5 Rand coin may only be worth a few dollars, the high-grade or rare error versions can easily fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars at auction. Coins are more than money. They are tiny pieces of art and history that carry stories. The 1994 5 Rand coin is no exception. The coat of arms tells the story of national identity and unity. The wildebeest represents speed, resilience, and forward progress. The year 1994 forever links the coin to the birth of democracy in South Africa. In this way, the coin becomes a bridge between economy, culture, and history. It is not just a piece of metal. It is a story you can hold in your hand. In today's market, the 1994 5 Rand coin continues to intrigue collectors. It's not the rarest coin in South African history, but its cultural and historical significance makes it desirable. Collectors look for uncirculated examples in pristine condition, proof versions, if available, minted for collectors rather than circulation, error coins with unique characteristics. Online auctions, collector forums, and numismatic conventions often feature these coins, and depending on the grade, they may sell from a few dollars all the way up into the thousands. How to identify if yours is valuable. If you happen to have a 1994 5 Rand coin, here's what you should do. 1. Check its condition. Is it shiny and scratch-free, or does it look heavily worn? 2. Look for errors. Is the strike centered? Is there doubling on the letters or numbers? 3. Consult a grading service. Professional coin grading can reveal the true market value. 5. Compare recent sales. See what similar coins have sold for on platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, or South African numismatic sites. Even though newer versions of the 5 Rand coin exist today, the 1994 issue holds a special place in history. It marked not only economic value, but also a symbolic transition for South Africa. Collectors often see it as part of a larger story, one where coins remind us of milestones in human history. Holding this coin is like holding a piece of 1994, a year that changed the course of a nation. And there you have it, the full story of the 1994 South Africa 5 Rand coin. From its stunning design to its powerful symbolism and surprising collector value, this coin is far more than just pocket change. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to explore more rare and fascinating coins from around the world, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to Coin Explorer, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Remember, every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can be worth thousands. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep exploring, keep collecting, and keep uncovering the treasures hidden in plain sight. This is Coin Explorer, signing off.